and to tell you a little about Toyota Motors. This is a company on which the maximum number of books have been written. Worldwide, Toyota Motors is one company which has maximum number of literature written and published. And Toyota Motors is one company which is visited most by almost 500 visitors per day. 500, they cut off the ceiling and then you reapply for a date on which you can visit the company. So it is that kind of a company, and it's amazing to see the operations. If I tell you, this company receives almost 15 lakh suggestions per year. 15 lakhs, it translates into 4999 per day. Immense. So they've got a separate department which handles these kind of kaizens they call. And amazing company at that. So let me now come to our group, Ramratna Group. This is a multi-product, multi-location conglomerate. We are having a flagship company which is RR Kabil, and we are into business of wires and cables. Another company is Ramratna Wires Limited. RR Kabil is at Vadodara and Silvassa. So we have 2 locations and 3 companies manufacturing wires and cables. Ramratna Wires is super enameled wire which is located in Dadra, Silvassa, and also they have a unit in Vadodara. Ramratna Infrastructure Private Limited, this is in a unique business. We are the pioneers to get automated vertical car parking systems. This company manufactures vertical car parking systems. In the place where you can park 5 cars, we'll provide systems which will park as many as 30 to 50 cars. So that kind of business we are doing. These car parking systems are very popular in Japan and South Korea. Japan particularly because there's a scarcity of land. So that's one business we are doing. Ramratna Imperial Electricals Limited. This is a company in Dhaka, Bangladesh, and there we manufacture all the products that we manufacture here in India. So it is wires, cables, as well as the super enameled wire. Ramratna Electricals Limited, we are into electrical appliances. So ranging from lighting to your fans, industrial fans, appliances, irons, geysers, they are all manufactured. Ramratna International is our export house, and whatever we export, it is through this Ramratna International company, which is based in Mumbai. MEW Electricals is again a company which manufactures magnet wires and bus bars. Kabil Buildcon is a recent venture. We are into real estate. We are having a project in Vadodara, which is under the name of 33 LE. We are constructing 3 towers, which are 11 floors each, and the 3 towers on the top, they are connected by a swimming pool. So that's a unique thing that we are doing. We are located in Kapoli for our car manufacturing business, which is between Pune and Mumbai. In Gujarat, Union Territory, Silvassa, we are having 3 companies, and Dadra we have 1. We are here in Vadodara. We are also in Dhaka, and we have got offices, marketing offices as well as warehouses across the country. So all strategic locations we have got our presence. And recently we have acquired a fan unit in Roorkee. So that will be gearing up operations in 1 year's time. The group turnover is more than 4,000 crores, and we export our products to more than 75 countries worldwide. So 50% of our produce from Silvassa and Vadodara, it is exported. This is a value-driven company. We have got these values drive us. They drive our kathas, they drive our behaviors, patterns. So we are driven by ethics, we are driven by integrity, transparency, innovation, long-term relationship. Transparency is one value which is very, very important. And I was amazed to see the way Toyota showcases. This will do, mine will do. And see, I was really amazed to see the way Toyota shows their company. Right? So with this number of visitors there, somebody asked the chairman of Toyota, his name is Toyota, that you, even to your competitors, you are showing your entire setup, entire company. So what did he reply? That we have no problems. Let them see what we do. But by the time they copy us, by the time they try to equate to with us, we'll be far ahead. So that is the amazing mindset that people over there have. And probably that's what we are also following in our group. So what is business excellence is all about? So we feel that excellence for us in Ramratna Group has three specific domains. Number one, it is the product excellence, about which we'll talk. Number two, it is process excellence. And number three, it is people's excellence. Of this, which is the most important? Any response? Which is the most important domain out of these three? It is people's management. And we'll spend a lot of time over there. Product excellence, what does it mean? See, product excellence means that we focus purely on your quality. So it is our product qualities which receive the maximum attention. Our priorities are quality. And everything is built around quality. So even the new standard of quality management system, which has come just 2 months ago, ISO 9001 of 2015, it talks of, it says like this, that organizations which focus on quality, they will build up behaviors, attitudes, activities, which will ultimately deliver value to the customer. So probably this is what I thought to share with you. Our focus on quality will eventually build up culture. Culture is a set of behaviors, attitudes, everything, and this will deliver value. Value to whom? Value to the customer, because of which we exist. No businesses exist without customer. Whether it's a service organization or whether it's manufacturing organization, your customer is the focus. So what you can do to satisfy his requirements and needs is prime. So that is about product excellence. Now, what it means to us. See, we have got approvals from more than 23 countries. And this really helps us to follow the standards, follow the requirements of these countries, and manufacture cable and wires which meets the requirements of those countries, those users. And this results into our preparedness for 24/7 kind of a situation where we are prepared for any audit, even 12 o'clock in the midnight. So we are on our toes all the time. If there's any customer inspection or any surveillance taking place, we are always ready. So that is speaking about our product excellence. Now, for measuring your effectiveness of any activity, you need to have KPIs. So what are our KPIs here? We have customer complaints, sales return, repeat business orders, then customer satisfaction index. We really measure all these. And everybody in our organization, right, he may be at any level, is aware of these KPIs. And we try to keep a watch, we see the trend and see in what direction we are really moving. The second one is process excellence. And when we say process excellence, it means that we adopt a process approach. Now, international standard on quality management system is very particular on process approach. Whenever you do something, you need to define what are your inputs, what are the design outputs, and what will help you to convert your inputs into the design outcomes. So that is what we do. Before we undertake any task, we sit down and see what really is required and what will take us there. So this is what is process approach. And having the process approach in place, we measure the effectiveness of the process. How do you measure the effectiveness? By seeing that the intended targets, results are achieved. So that's about process approach. The third one is people's excellence. People excellence is really very challenging, most difficult of all. And why it is so? Because you are dealing with a lot of mindsets, a lot of different attitudes. If you take an example in mathematics, if you have an equation, x is equal to 6, answer is no. 6 is the answer. x plus y, two variables, you have to have one more equation to let you solve x and y variables. If you have x plus y plus z, the equation gets complicated. Now you will try to do some kind of a linear programming to solve the equations. But here you have x plus y plus z plus a plus b plus c, eventually a long chain. So what do? How do you solve? You cannot solve. And that is what is the challenging task about people's management, the biggest challenge. And managing and winning people, if you can do that, you can achieve anything. So what do? First, we try to create mindsets which will align with your own common goals, common thinking. And we give 4 statements here to everyone who is a part of our team. The first one is, we are all in the same boat. All of us are in the same boat, right? So we are sitting here and we have the same goals to be met. The second statement is, each one of us needs to row in synchronization, meaning you cannot row in another direction which is contrary to mine. It will not take boat forward. And the third one is, at no cost the boat should sink, because with the boat sinking, all of us will sink. And fourth statement that we make is, as your leader, I have to protect everyone from the winds and the waves. And what are the winds and the waves? It can be anything. It can be any hardship, any thing coming on you, for which I will protect you. So that is what goes into the mindsets of people, and then they will deliver the best outcomes to you. Bringing the attitude to change, you can do amazing things. You can do wonders. You are ready to do great things. And probably that's what I have with me, my colleagues from HR, Mr. Jadhav, the senior manager, Mr. Bijesh Patel, the manager HR. So that is our job, to create the right mindsets, to create the right attitudes, so that we deliver people excellence. So we are dealing with the most difficult component of the 3 domains: process, product, and people. So now it's time to share with you our experiences, our rich, katas. I'll use the word katas. I'm sharing those. See, early morning, we send one email to all our seniors and across the country, everybody, whether it is factories or offices, and we send them a morning mantra, because we believe that one short positive message going to everybody will make the entire day positive. So this goes into the form of morning mantra. These mantras are really, today, they have been sort of institutionalized, meaning they are taken very seriously. They are put on the communication board. We will discuss. Even we discuss in our senior managers meeting which takes place. We see what really it means. So creating a positive attitude is very important, and one way to do is to discuss. And these are cherry-picked mantras. They are not run-of-the-mill type of thing. Another activity that we do is, at all our factories, not offices, but all factories, we meet for 30 minutes every day at a pre-designated time. And in this meeting, we discuss, we have agenda which is consisting of business agenda and non-business agenda. So we discuss non-business, we have week's learning, we have got morning mantra, so many things are there. Along with that, we discuss what has happened during the last 24 hours in the departments. So operations, what really has happened, what has happened in the maintenance. These are discussed. And the idea of discussing is to let other department heads know what really is happening in the factory, which is their own. And we also do this to promote interdisciplinary problem solving. So the resulting advantages are, we are strengthening communication, we are having interdisciplinary problem solving approach. We have seen that even an accounts department person is contributing with suggestions to solve problems which are happening in the plant. So that kind of culture, that kind of environment we have created. Then it nurtures empathy. It really helps in letting people know where the other people is feeling the pain. So empathy is a very important word, and we promote it. And this particular meeting provides an opportunity to learn, because we have learning as a very big agenda. Almost 200 days, working days, we are learning every day something new. Another initiative that we have taken is, this is a picture clip, but it really represents our team of young managers and engineers. And we have given them a name of Yuva Shakti. All engineers and managers under the age of 30, they are a part of this forum, Yuva Shakti, and they are being trained very rigorously by us. Almost every 15 days we meet and we discuss, we give them a lot of inputs for learning. The whole idea is, we believe that IQ is not very important. What is really important is IQ, which is innovation quotient. And we try to promote problem solving, resolving issues through innovation. So we focus a lot of, to a great extent on creativity. So that is what we do in this meeting. We also tell them that communication is not enough. The purpose of communication is to connect. So how do you connect? So the end objective of communication will be reached only when people start connecting. Sending an email and then that's the end does not really suffice. What we are really achieving out of this single mail which is sent across, that's very important. We also have had a suggestion box scheme where we promote, we have a scheme where a worker putting one suggestion, he gets just 10 rupees just for putting the suggestion. No questions asked. No, not even the paper is opened, but you drop something, you get a reward. So that scheme we had. We found that this scheme does not have many takers, because despite the fact that we are rewarding them monetarily, so what we did is we refurbished the scheme, and today it is called I Think. So people are given a sheet of paper which is called I Think, and then fill in the blanks, and then the whole space is there for him to write what he thinks is important. So this particular scheme really encourages them, and their ideas, their thinking is really appreciated. And of course we have a reward scheme. The usefulness of these ideas or with their suggestions, they are monetarily rewarded from rupees 50 to 1000 rupees. We have a committee which reads all these. So that is what we are doing. Another initiative is whenever a person is coming to meet you, so that is face-to-face communication. It's very important that all sort of distractions, the first one is mobile, the second one is your own laptop or computer, or any other distraction, they have to be kept aside. We have to give 100% attention to the person who's coming and talking to you. So whenever a person comes to me or to him, we see that everything is kept aside. So the person is very comfortable. He knows that he's going to be heard, and empathy is there. So all these things get him feel comfortable and talk freely. What we have done, another thing that we have done across the company, we started with our conference room first. We made our conference room where we have our meetings. We made it into a no complaining zone. So what is no complaining zone? The definition will come later. But the idea is, if you have something to complain about, please don't do it. What you have to do, I'll tell later. So we started from conference room. It got converted to a no complaining zone. Then we extended to another office, his office, then the entire factory. And today, the entire factory is no complaining zone. And what does it mean? We say that in the no complaining zone, the following rule applies. It says that employees are not allowed to mindlessly complain to their co-workers. If they have a problem or a complaint, they are encouraged to bring the issue to their manager or department head. While getting the complaint, the employees must bring one or two possible solutions to their complaint as well. And the result is, you are being asked to bring two solutions to your problem. So what is the outcome? The complaint stopped. Nobody comes with a frivolous complaint. So that is what we have achieved by applying this no complaining rule. And we don't take credit for this. We have adopted this no complaining rule from a book by John Gordon, which is no complaining rule. There's a book on it. So I was talking to Dr. Vij and we were talking that I'm an avid reader, and whatever I read, whatever is useful for the organization or to my team, which immediately apply. So it's not just reading, it's also making an application. This is working wonderfully well for us. No complaining rule is working immensely well for us. We today see that we don't have people just coming to you with something, because I'm going to ask what solutions have you got. Okay, so that is what we do. I'll spend some time with you about. We have a PDC approach in all the management system standards. PDCA is Plan, Do, Check, Act. It was popularized by Edward Deming, and most of the companies in Japan, they follow PDCA approach very much, and much of the success to their companies, organizations is due to PDCA approach. So planning is very important. The more time we spend with planning, the less time we'll have to spend on checking and rectifying the errors. But doing is very important. To do a task is really important, and there are 7 levels of doing things which I'll take up now. The first and foremost is doing the right thing. So what is right? The thing which is ethically, morally, which meets the norms of integrity, it is right. So do those things. Don't just do anything. So something which your consciousness allows, that is right. So this is the basic level 1, base 1, and we have to follow it. The second is doing the thing right. Having assessed that this is the right thing to do, you do it rightly. Don't do as per your fancy. There are procedures, there are rules. That is what we are talking about. There are systems. So do the things right. If we combine both these, it is do the right thing right. And there's a subtle difference which I'll tell you here. If you are told to differentiate between the two, I'm just telling you an example. If you are told to climb up a wall and there are 2 ladders, so climbing the ladder which is leaning against the right wall is doing the right thing. Climbing the ladder which is leaning on the wrong wall is to do the second one, to do the thing right. You have been asked to climb the ladder, of course, to the wall, and you are doing that. So that's the difference. The third one is doing things better. We always promote this kind of a culture where we ask whatever you have done today, is it the best? Can it be done in a better way? So there is always a better way to do things. So we don't just get satisfied that something has been done and we are very happy about it. I'll tell you a story about Andrew Carnegie. Somebody came that we have made a record in steel production way back in 1940-45 to Andrew Carnegie. So what did he say? He didn't compliment. He said, "What next?" So that is the kind of thing, you know. What next? What next achievement are you going to really do? But then, of course, we have to appreciate and we have to motivate. But that is what? What next? You have to think about that. We have to think what next best. Doing away things. Now this is what brings us to elimination of non-value added activities which don't add any significant value to your work. So we really see what is it which is not really useful, which can be eliminated. And here we take cue from the 7 wastes which of course have been popularized in Japan. The 7 ways to be eliminated from any system. They are transportation, inventory, motion, overproduction, overprocessing, and defects. So that is the kind of mindset that we build when we say do away with things. So we are forcing people to think what is it that they can eliminate from their work. Doing things other people are doing. So here it is not simply copying things. It is very good to see what others are doing and then to surpass them. Japanese do it. When they made their cars first time, they bought cars from Ford Motors, General Motors. They reverse engineered and they opened everything and they saw what really makes these cars climb uphill. Toyota, when they made the first car, it was not even climbing in the first year, it was not climbing the inclination. Right? So that is what we are talking, that doing things other people are doing. Understand and then surpass those standards, what has been achieved there. Doing things no one is doing. And here, to quote a simple example from our own organization, we have implemented ISO 50001. We are the first cable company to implement. And people thought this is a very difficult task to achieve. The standard got introduced in 2011. And 2012, we were certified by the international body for this standard. So that is something. People think this is very, very difficult and can't be done. But once you set your goal, once you set your eyes, then you can really do it. And at the 7th level is doing things that can't be done. They look impossible today, virtually impossible. So what do we do? What really do we do with these 7 levels? We ask all our managers, all our seniors, that whatever task that you are doing, whatever task I have done in 2015, how many are those which are in level 4, how many are in level 5, level 6, level 7? Okay, so as the seniority goes up, we would like that people will do level 6, level 7, maybe level 5 things, and make a report what all tasks you have done which are fitting into level 5, level 6, level 7. You will be doing everything in level 1 and 2, of course, but beyond that, it requires really good efforts. Best practices. We as an organization, as a group, we follow the best practices. We look at where is the best practice. And the best practices are already there, available in the international standards. All ISO standards on quality management system or environment or safety or health or energy or even business continuity model. Today, companies are asking us, there are multinationals which are asking us about our continuity. What is the guarantee that we will be supplying them material in 2030, 2035? So there is a standard on it, business continuity model. We are working on it. We have plans what we are going to do in 2017, 2025, 2030. What are our milestones going to be? So that is the kind of forward thinking that has taken place because we are driven by best practices, we are driven by international standards. There is a very good term here, maturity model, and there is again international standard on maturity model which is available, and it ranks that it asks you to do self-assessment on a scale of 1 to 5. It will ask you to rate yourself for many of the parameters. Learning, for example, how does learning take place in this organization, and you to rate yourself. So maturity model guides you to achieve level 5. And I would urge that at least once have a look at this maturity model. And the standard is available with us. It is ISO 9004 of 2009. Apart from this, there are a number of business excellence models. And these business excellence model will guide you to do a lot of things. We look at Malcolm Baldrige Award, which is very popular in USA. EFQM, very popular in Europe. There is Ramakrishna Bajaj National Quality Award in India, and these are the business excellence model which really tell you what you ought to be doing as a good company. If you are a run-of-the-mill type of company, don't look at standards like models. But if you are doing great work, look at these. At least try to follow these. So best practices are a whole pool of resources available in terms of business excellence model. Recently, on 14th of November, somebody sent me this WhatsApp message. I looked at it intently and I was really thrilled. I was really thrilled because it says, keep the child in you alive always. And it's very important. This is what we are trying to do. The next step was to come up with rewriting alphabets. So what is it? You learn ABCD again. Every one of us should write ABCD once again. And what do we do here? We have done this kind of exercise on several occasions at all our teams. Give one word, think of one word starting with A, B or C, which you feel is most important for your persona, for your own self, and if we analyze this, if we analyze the words, see today I have written C, connect. Creativity is equally important, but I've been told to write just one word, so I wrote connect. Differentiator is a very important word for me because it differentiates good from mediocre from excellent. So whatever alphabets that you're writing for ABCD rewriting, it will tell too much, it will reflect your personality. Do it and you will enjoy it. Do it with your family members, with your children. Okay? The end result is the results. Okay? The management will not allow you to do all these things just for the heck of it. Unless there are payoffs, or unless it is paying money, translating into real financial advantage. And you will see that we have been growing at the rate of 20% per annum. Our turnover 4,000 crores today, maybe we'll be achieving 5,000 this year. We have been recognized, all our efforts, all our achievements are getting recognized. Don't worry, the music is a part here. We want to feel happy listening to the music. Okay, so we have got a lot of recognitions from, in terms of, see the stars that you see, they are all recognitions that we have got by way of certification of management systems. We are ISO 9001, 14001, 18001 and 50001. We are working on 26,000, which is corporate sustainability. We are working on BCM, business continuity model. So these are the things that we are really doing. And we are the pioneers in number of things. See, we are the first one to make flame retardant and fire survival cable. We are the first one to make Unile conductor. Unile is a patented product of Ram Harar Kabil. The first cable company to have maximum management system certifications. No other cable company, or for that matter, any other company has got this kind of proactive approach towards management systems. And as I said, we are the first cable company to be certified with ISO 50001. We have got a lot of international commitments. As an organization, we are committed to UN Global Compact, which is a CSR initiative of United Nations. We are signatories to CEO Water Mandate, and we are also signatory to Caring for Climate Mandate. So we are really worried about the environment, and we try to do, or we try to be concerned about what is happening to Mother Earth, right? So the way we consume power, the way we use water, all these are a matter of concern to us. And we are having very positive trends. When we talk of this, a very favorable history we are having. A company with highly proactive involvement. Today we are actively involved with the Energy Management Committee of Bureau of Indian Standards. We represent Underwriters Laboratory. India is getting represented at Underwriters Laboratories Asia Follow-up Service Council. We are also representing India to ISO's technical committees of TC242 and TC257, which are committees working on energy management standards. Now, the rewards and recognitions that we have got. In 2009, we were given an award from CNBC TV 18 for Emerging Exporter Award. In 2010, we got an award for Marketing Innovation from CBS Chennai Business School and Roundtable 30. In 2011, an award from Industry 2.0 of Media House in Mumbai for Manufacturing Innovation. 2012, we got an award for Outstanding FMB, Family Managed Business. SP Jain Institute of Management and Research, Mumbai, they give, annually they give awards under this category of FMB. So, we got an award for organization that is professionalized in 2012, and in 2013 they gave another award which was on outstanding FMB for its human resources, and 2014 it was outstanding FMB for people's approach. So that is a kind of recognition that we got from an academic institution, SP Chan Institute of Management Research. R.R. Kabil was adjudged as the most trusted brand in the Global Excellence Forum. The award was given in London, UK in 2015 February. And we've come close to the end. What you see here are the roots. Okay, these are the roots. The deeper they are, the better it is for the trees, right? What you see really outside. And that is what is process and product excellence. You normally don't see the roots. You never see these. So people excellence will never get noticed unless you go and really see. We can effort to look what is it really driving, right? So that is always hidden. And we looked at this. So product excellence will be seen, process excellence will be seen. What would not be seen is the people excellence. And for that, you have to make extra effort. So that brings to another word, simplify. And simplify is the punchline of which company? Which company the punchline is simplify? It is Apple Incorporation, Steve Jobs' company, and he himself was a fanatic, penchant. He had penchant for simplification. So we need to and another slide here. Simple is really hard. It is very, very difficult to be simple. So we have to keep our lives very simple, and let excellence execute from us, and leadership will follow by itself. Thank you very much.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can.
While achieving the dizzy heights which your group has achieved as far as the excellence is concerned, what was your focus in exploiting the human potential? Was it rationality or was it emotionality?
Okay, out of two, I give you a choice. Is it rational or is it emotional to achieve this? I'm asking you now.
Me?
I think my answer will be purely theoretical.
It is a mix of both. I talked of empathy. Right? You have to use a combination of both. You have to be rational, and at the same time you have to be empathetic. You have to treat human beings as human beings, number one. Let me tell you, GE Electricals, General Electric, one of the core thing that Jack Welch said, he transformed GE from a small company to a huge, gigantic company. And one of the things that he said about people management was, treat your people with respect. Right? So where does the respect, what are the manifestations of respect? Respect is a very big value. So it is empathy which I believe is very important, and of course you have to be rational. You cannot be, it is something like I said, do the right thing and do things right. Combine those. Okay. So by being rational, you are doing the right thing. By being empathetic, you are doing things right. That answers.
Sir, I've got one question. So basically you can apply total quality management in your product business because you are a product driven company. But when we talk about services business, how do you think, or what is your take? Can we apply concepts like Six Sigma? Obviously,
absolutely. Yes. Yes. See, all these management system standards, they are equally applicable to manufacturing organizations as well as service organizations. And there are ways to do it. You apply Six Sigma. If I apply Six Sigma to my own work, I'll see that I make zero mistakes. Right? I learn from my mistakes, and the best teacher is the last mistake I made. Right? So how do I do it? One is self-learn. Keep on learning. Don't, about Six Sigma, I'll just quote one more thing. You said 3.4 ppm. See, Motorola was the first company to implement Six Sigma. And when they achieved that status of 3.4 ppm, they came up with huge advertisements, hoardings in the US. And they said, people buying products from us, only 3.4 ppm, 3.4 persons may get a defective product. IBM countered that advertisement and they said, what about 3 people who received the defective product? Getting it? So I am very sure that whatever concepts that we have, they can be equally applied to service organizations. You have to set your own KPIs, you have to set your own parameters that you need to measure. You can do it. Yeah? Service organization, you are also, if you talk of environment management system, many of the issues are also common with the service organization. Safety and health, everything is applicable which is applicable to the factory.
Absolutely.
Six Sigma, amazing. Yes, please.
So while recruiting employees for your organization, which approach do you follow? Either the selecting the right people first or taking in the people and then making it right through your system as per the need of our, you will prefer to accept the loss through untrained people or you will select to train the people?
No. See, what we really do is we look for the potential, right? It is quite possible that somebody who is having 50 or 60% marks, he has a very high potential, right? So what we try to assess when we have a series of interviews, what kind of potential a person has, what kind of growth he can project for himself, and then we work on that. We are, as I said, in the Yuva Shakti meeting that we have, forum that we have, we are really grooming people. We have got engineers who may not be as bright as I would like them to be, but we see a lot of good points in them and we groom them. Okay, that answers?
Yeah.
Not resolved, and again we apply no complaining rule there. So what is really coming to us is a genuine problem which we need to solve. And let me tell you, the focus that HR is receiving today, many of the companies today worldwide are giving the first priority to HR now. First it was operations production, then the focus shifted into finance and all. Today the emphasis is going to HR. Because the companies which will do, I talked of business continuity model, the companies which will survive and will do real big business will be those with which have the right focus on HR. I said, you cut the roots. Another example, what happens when the roots are cut? You systematically cut the roots. Japanese do it for their bonsai. So you get a bonsai plant. Not अच्छा दिखता है, but there is not of any use, right? So let roots proliferate and let them spread, let them grow. That is what is the philosophy that we at Ramratna Group follow.
Another question.
Yeah.
Most of the organizations, actually the spotlight is in what is going wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here also we have a lot of focus on actually who the attendance is low, who is doing something wrong.
Absolutely.
And as a result, we don't get time to see basically what is going good.
Yes. So that is what we never talk at Ramratna Group. We are looking for what good somebody has done. Look for good. If you visit our factory, there is a board, hoardings we have put. We have this approach, PCP, and we have shown in the picture a karate master. You know, karate master is the best coach. Why? Because he will never criticize. If he's training his student, he will tell them what kind of a stroke or whatever. He will observe very minutely and then he will correct it. So the approach that karate master applies is PCP, praise, correct, praise. In contrast with this, there is another approach which is CCC. Condemn, criticize, condemn. Okay. I'm taking you to a situation that we are experimenting with. Believe me, you have to visit us once to see what are the ways in which we do things, in which, and this particular wording that we have put, it is the maximum photograph thing that we have. Visitors come, they see, they photograph it, and we say, go ahead, we have a Toyota approach. Copy kar lo jo karna hai. जब तक आप उसको implement करेंगे, we'll have another holding in place. Yeah, please.
Sir, I come to know about your group
Yeah.
when I first joined my organization 7 years back. Then I come because we have one vendor and he is going to use your bus bar
Yes.
from Ratar.
Yes.
And now after 7-8 years, you are into the electrical consumer market, which is already flooded with the other companies. So I want to know how this approach or what are your thinkings behind entering into the flooded market, and what can be the approach?
Yesterday I saw an advertisement of masalas, you know, masala, Badshah, this, that. I saw Tata. It's not a joke. On the TV screen, I was amazed. What is it? Tata entering this business? That answers.
Important approaches,
Beg your pardon, sir.
two important approaches which we generally follow. One is a thought approach and second is the implementation approach. What do you feel, how do you grade that, how good we Indians are in a thought approach or implementation?
All good companies, I'm not talking about the Bhargava or Ramratna group, all good companies, they spend a lot of time in the thought process, right? I mentioned PDC approach. It is very, very important, and many of these things which I have talked today, you know, there have been maybe half a day to 1 day workshops on certain things. Now PDC approach is one very important approach. I don't have, I cannot get the slide immediately, but if we look at it, you will meet with success when you have a very good thought process in place. Okay? Because you will analyze what the future is going to be, you know. Outcome we know, we want to do good business, we want to be profitable, and results are known to everybody. But what is it which is going to take us there? That is what will be known through thought process, thought approach. Okay? Applies to us. So excellence is doing ordinary things extraordinarily well. This is the definition which is close to us. And for the leadership, leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. And about the leader, I have another quote here. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. Okay? So that is what we, and I said, morning mantras are very powerful and very crucial to our day. If we think of good things, the rest of the day will follow like that. So I hope you have been enlightened with the things that Ramratna Group does for excellence. Essentially building up the most important resource that is there. Nothing will work. No process will work. No products will get manufactured unless people work. So be concerned about people and not the other. They will be coming automatically. Yeah? Thank you very much.